Hello everyone, welcome to PHTV Channel 4 in Palos Heights. Welcome to our program, Come Alive in Palos Heights. I'm Sue Jankowski, and I'm here with my co-host,
Carol Steffen, who's delighted to be here with you, Sue, this morning.
This is fun because our program today is hopefully informing our viewers about some interesting things that you may know a little bit about and want to know more about, and we're hopefully covering a lot of topics that you'll find very interesting. And I think Carol's got some great stuff that you're going to need to know, upcoming election things. And I want to talk for a minute, Carol, about the Spectrum Project over on College Drive and Harlem Avenue.
Okay, this is for the senior citizens.
It is. It's the senior center. You know, I was rereading one of the regional articles about this whole project because it's been going on for a while, and I think we've all gone by it. We've all had traffic issues and just wondering what's going on. Well, for some of us who've been here for quite a while, Carol, you and I have been in the neighborhood for quite a long time, and so it was Riza Buick, just to refresh people's memories.
20 years ago.
Exactly.
It was just a long, long time ago.
It was, and then it was Crown Buick after that, and that was 1963 to 1989. So that was that for a really long time. Then it was kind of vacant, and as you recall, we went through a few things that we thought maybe would happen there, and now we're really excited because something actually is happening there.
And what is fun about it, Sue, is that it's a gateway to our city. You know, you're coming in.
It is. Coming
down Harlem Avenue, coming to 83, which is the main thoroughfare through Palos Heights, and we always have this huge, ugly black spot. So I'm delighted. Please continue and tell us what's going on.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, it was just kind of nothing there for a long time, and that was very frustrating for the community. So now we got something really great, and I think from what I'm understanding, the community is really embracing the fact that this is the Palos Heights Senior Living Center. So, you know, it's a great site. You can, I guess from this site, view Water's Edge Golf Course. That's over in Worth. And also the walking and biking trails kind of go through that very area. So that's a great thing. It's not real isolated. There's a lot of interaction that can happen there. This project is going to cost about $45 million, and right now it has provided 200 construction jobs and will provide 100 permanent jobs. So it's great for the community. People even outside in the surrounding areas will gain employment through this too as well. And actually, you know, when you think about it, Carol, those people are coming into the community and they have to have places to shop.
Well, I'm excited for the Radio Shack store, which is right across the street, which has been empty for a while. And what a nice opportunity for someone to think about going in there and thinking what's going to be across the street with 3 buildings filled with seniors. I think that's an wonderful opportunity for someone.
That is a great opportunity. I didn't even think about that. That is a great opportunity. So if you're thinking about being an entrepreneur, just think about that is a great site. And it will be very busy there with a lot of people coming and going. And just think about the people coming to visit there. I mean, it's a nice opportunity. Anyway, this development includes 2-story and 4-story sections, with 45% of the area being common areas, including dining facilities and recreation and libraries and so on. I'll get into that more in a minute. But just, I thought it was interesting too, this company comes from Colorado. It has 51 locations in 12 states, so they're well seated, organized, know what to do to build this. It's probably why we agreed to let them come on in here.
I think the mayor and his group vetted them out for a long, long time, because there are a lot of people that wanted to come in there but didn't have the history of success that this company has. So it's a very plus for Palos Heights to have them come into us.
It really is. In Illinois, they have sites in Burr Ridge, Lombard, Streamwood, Cary, Lake Zurich, and Libertyville. So they've really established themselves well, and that makes me feel better too. 5.8 of the acres are taken up by buildings, and 2.2 closest to Harlem are going to be reserved for commercial. Nothing, I don't think, will be built there right now, but if someone wanted to build something and a restaurant or retail stores, that's available too. So this is great. Now, I know that these brochures are available in City Hall, and they're really very fancy. It tells you a lot about it, but I was really impressed kind of going over this. the places that I've been to, and I'm not advocating one place over another, but I think of like Smith Village, the one in Orland.
Yeah.
I've been there a few times, and I mean, this is what this description kind of reminds me of, if anybody's been there. So in your independent living, you can go, you're just feeling like, I don't want to take care of my house anymore. I just want like an apartment kind of atmosphere. But yet you get the amenities that a senior living provides. So there's casual dining room, private dining room, a bistro, a theater, a salon and barber, a greenhouse, a fitness center, a library with computers, a large community room for projects and entertainment, a sky lounge. Now, doesn't that sound
fun? Yeah,
sound like a good thing? And party rooms to have your family in.
We know how seniors can party.
Hey,
that's the fun part of going all together.
That's right,
I don't know if it's going to be really a good thing to clump all the seniors together there with a party room on the roof. That might be a little more fun than we need.
I don't know. I think it sounds like a good time. I mean, stop over.
It does.
And they have chef-prepared meals, restaurant-style meals, made-to-order breakfast, because it's an at-your-service dining program, which kind of reminded me of going to, like, Disneyland, because they have your at-your-service everything, that you can.
Really?
So, I mean, it sounds kind of fun.
Where do we sign up, Sue?
I know, I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to cook
kidding.
anymore.
Put me on the list.
No. Now, if you need assisted living, so that's, independent living. You're just there because you have a lot of amenities there, and that's good. But then you can have assisted living, which is around-the-clock care, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they can help you with medications, daily living activities, if you need help with bathing and grooming. You can be escorted to the meals, and there's a lot of care options there. There's something called transitional memory care, which, as some people get older, they do have issues with memory. So there's more structured activities for them, social interaction, dedicated life enrichment specialists, and weekly updates to the family. And then just complete memory care, which, as the population is getting older, and there is a huge part of the population right now that is getting older, and memory care is going to be really vital. So it's nice that they have a program called The Path to the Present, and it's engaging residents in daily meaningful activities, respecting personal abilities and preferences, and giving them support for self-care as much as possible. I mean, I think that's so important as like our parents are aging, or one day we'll all age and we will need possibly some kind of care like that. Though, just as a sidebar to this is just something funny I saw on TV this morning. So there's this woman on TV who started trapezing.
On the trapeze?
Yeah.
Flying on the trapeze.
She's 84 right now, and she is like, she's...
God love her.
I mean, she looked amazing.
Did they rope her on, or did they...
I don't think they offered that there, but...
Okay.
But I mean, she was great. Just saying, but for those of us who will need a little bit more additional care, this sounds really great.
That's a great piece of information, Sue, and I'll tell you what's nice about it. In fact, I would look at them because I've been in Palos so many years, 40 years, and leaving a house that we brought our children up in, moved over to a townhouse, and so that would be a kind of logical next step. It's still staying within the confines of Palos Heights, which I love.
And it's familiar. It's your home.
Exactly,
this is where
right.
you've been, for your life. You've raised your children and so forth. This is comfortable. So you don't want to have to leave the area if you don't need to.
You don't need to, yeah.
So with this, there are 178 units. There are 99 independent units, and those come in like studio apartments and one-bedroom apartments, and there are some two-bedroom apartments. And of course, they range in size based on what you need. So a studio would be 400 square feet-ish. One bedroom, 400 to 800. Two bedroom goes all the way up to 1,200 square feet. That's a pretty good size. And in that two-bedroom apartment, there's a kitchen and 24/7 on-staff assistance if you need it. And I think that's the part of senior living that, as you get a little bit older and you're a little limited with some things, it's nice to know that there's someone around that can help you when you need to. In the assisted living, there's 55 total units, 15 studio apartments, 39 one-bedroom, only one two-bedroom apartment. So I don't know, you're going to have to just try your best to get in there if that's what you want. Yeah. And the memory care has 24 total units there. So there's a lot of really great options. I mean, this just sounds like just an ideal situation for people here, and I can see why people are really excited about it coming. In fact, actually, there's a lot of people that have already kind of put their bid in to get into the center, even though it's not even built yet, and they haven't actually seen it yet.
Well, I understand that, at least that's what I was told, that they're offering services. They'll take you up in a bus or whatever at some point in time to see it. They have exact replica of what we're going to have here in Palos Heights in Libertyville. So they'll put you, take you up there and let you see an exact replica, active, moving, working. You can talk to people that are residents there, and that will be exactly what you're going to find here in Palos Heights. So it's a nice opportunity to take a look at it, to take a look at the 1-bedroom, the 2-bedroom, the studio, whatever they have to offer, and see if that would be good for you. It's a wonderful opportunity to make a decision that's based on some reality.
Oh, that is really nice. Yeah. I did not know that. Yeah, and Libertyville is a really cute town too. So it would be a nice little.
We don't want you moving there.
Don't go there. No. Stay here.
No. We're not pushing Libertyville.
But you can go up there and check it out. And that is great that you can actually walk through the physical structure and know that it's going to be just like this. I like the fact that they have experience with this, you know, so they worked out the kinks and bugs, maybe other places, and they've got it down to, you know, something that really is the best for seniors, and kind of also that I'm imagining, and I don't know, but a lot of places you have that kind of step down process. So if you're already there and you need to get more help, you can kind of go to that next spot and not have to search for somewhere else. I'm assuming this would be something like that.
I would think so, sure.
So that makes it really nice. And it is a month-to-month rental too.
It is all rental.
It is
all rental.
Yes, so you're not purchasing, which some places you do have to purchase your spot. And what I love, it's pet friendly. Isn't that nice?
Oh, necessary. I think it's very necessary.
Yeah, it is. That is so great. So, you know, if you're interested in this, I'm sure someone would be very happy to talk to you. I mean, if you come into City Hall and get the brochure, or you just kind of look up the Spectrum information, I mean, it is going to be quite magnificent, I think, when it's done. They're projecting it will be done in the fall of 2019. So we got another year to go.
Okay.
And that
makes certainly going very quickly. I'm so amazed at what they have up already. And I know there's going to be the independent living and then help type of thing, and then extra help when that comes to be. But there's also parking available. There's a garage if you want. That's extra over and above the rental of the condo.
But you can pay for parking, like a parking garage.
You can pay no, there's free parking. But if you want it covered, that's a rental.
Yes.
So that's separate and apart from the rent of the unit. But it's
great
available.
Well, that's nice because, you know, a lot of people
that's what you want.
will still have their cars if they have the wherewithal to have the car and want to do that. But it sounds like there's going to be so many things available, you might not even need a car. Plus, they do have transportation so that you can, you know, you want to go to your local dining favorite spot. I think that they could take you there.
Do they? I don't know that.
I think that was part of this.
Okay. That would make sense, so that they would offer that.
Yeah, here it is, scheduled transportation. So you just need to schedule a ride and you can get somewhere, even like your doctor's office or something like that.
And then we have our own local PACE bus that you can also access for those type of appointments also, which is very convenient.
It is,
and affordable.
It is. So you don't have to do a taxi or Uber or anything like that. You can just get the PACE bus here or do their scheduled transportation here. It sounds like it has everything that you would want if you're looking for that kind of spot to live. So I think we're pretty lucky that it's going to be here.
That's terrific information. I appreciate that. I love where it's located. It's in access of Harlem, it's access off Route 83. I'm not relishing the added traffic on Route 83 because I live on Route 83.
Yeah.
So that I is not too crazy about. But it's a wonderful asset to the community, and it's a wonderful opportunity for people like myself who've been here for many, many years and don't want to leave. And we'd like to have our accommodations smaller and easier to get around, and that would be a perfect answer.
It is. Plus, at some point in time, you're just like, you know, I would like someone, a lot of places have kitchens, you can prepare your own meals, but you just don't want to. You know, you want to have a
I'm there now. Can I come in from an outside? Will they do that?
Please let me go.
Okay.
But you have the chance to socialize too, and that's important.
Sure,
you know,
absolutely.
that when people are isolated, that is not healthy. So you have that socialization, whether it's the common areas or the dining when you're there going to have your dinner or whatever. And it sounds, when anything says chef prepared, it sounds pretty good to me.
It does.
All right, so that's that. That's what's happening, the Spectrum Project right over there.
That's good information. Thank you, because we're certainly watching it go up, and we will for another year.
Yes,
so,
we will.
Yeah.
It would be like, are they ever going to finish? But really, it's a huge facility, so there's a lot of work to do.
Okay.
Now, Carol, I mentioned when we started the program today, you're going to talk a little bit about voting, and that is coming up. So,
well, let me tell you, we're taping this right now on today's the September 26th. We have 41 days until the midterm election is here. So there's 41 days. Not that you're surprised at that, because you've been inundated with commercials and advertisements of all those candidates that are running, and they become very obnoxious and repetitive, and we have a big election coming up with the gubernatorial election. I've heard comments about, I don't know who I'm going to vote, so I'm not going to vote. Not a good answer, people.
No, don't do that.
Not a good answer, people, at all. First of all, are you ready to vote? Are you registered? It's very easy to become registered. You can register online. You can register by phone. You can register in person. I'm active in the League of Women Voters, and we have registration dates all over the place at the schools. We're always in the high schools. We're always around at farmers markets and offering lots of opportunity to register to vote. That's one point of it, but you need to get out and vote is the next most important point of the whole thing. So 41 days, people, think about what you want to do, and are you ready to vote? And are you registered? Some people think they registered a long time ago and they've moved. You have to be registered in the place in which you live. So it's very, very easy to become registered. As I mentioned earlier, we offer many opportunities all around to become registered. There's deputy registers, I think, here at City Hall. I think they're in the library. I think they're everywhere. So there's no reason not to be registered.
And I just want to bring up your point of you have to vote. I mean, I really think that sometimes we look at who's available and we're not happy with our choices. But you have to weigh out the issues and make your best choice based on what you've learned about them. And listening to political ads on TV is not a good way to do that. Because those are all,
well, there's tons of ways to find out things, even if you're not computer literate, because there's all sorts of websites. You can look up political people, you can look up the candidates themselves and see their website. But do your research. Don't go in there. In fact, there's an interesting comment. The ballots are ready now. I checked this morning, and I'll give you that website. I think it's ballots. Anyway, I'll give it to you before I leave. You can get on the computer, pull up your ballots. It's ballotready.com, which I did. Oh, thank you. It's right in front of me. And it's interesting because they print out the entire ballot for you to look at. So you see who's on there, and that includes the judges, everything else that's going to be included. Now that gives you 41 days to do a little research. Look up these people on their websites, check it out with people that you know and respect, that are knowledgeable in opportunities. There are debates that'll be going on. Watch them. Pay attention to what people have to say. If you have a special interest, if you're interested in some particular area, find out how the person you're going to vote for, if they're already an elected candidate, how did they vote? Because their vote is going to reflect what they're going to vote the next time. So if you're interested in an area, find out, look into it. The information is out there, guys. You just need to find it. I pulled out of my own interest, I pulled out my own voter identification card. It's a source of lots of good information. The registration card tells you your U.S. Congress, the district that you're in, your state senate, the district that you're in, your state rep, your judicial board, your county board, the board of review, all sorts of wonderful information as far as what districts you're in. Because sometimes you want to look up information about a political candidate, you're not sure what district he is.
Oh, that's for sure. You think, am I in this district or that district?
It's all on this little card that you're carrying around in your wallet and never look at.
That's right, we don't. That's perfect.
It is. It really is. And that's in your purse or wallet, I'm sure. Anyway, there's lots of opportunities to take advantage. Very, very important. Early voting is on now. It started, the ballots are ready, the early voting is on now. You can vote by mail, election day. You can even register and vote on election day. So there's no reason, guys, why you don't take advantage of what we do. Here are some important dates. First of all, who we're going to vote for. We have the governor, key statewide offices, United States representatives, state reps, state senators, judges, and certain county officers are all going to be on your ballot when you go in October 22nd. No, I'm sorry, that's now November, what is it, November 11th? No, that's
6th.
It'd be nice if I gave you some accurate information.
We need to know.
It's the first Tuesday in November. Let me zero in and write that.
Yeah.
And we usually have early voting here in Palos Heights. We do not anymore.
Oh, we don't?
No,
Okay.
we don't. And I'm not sure. I think at the church around on McCarthy Road, I think
Whichever.
they usually offer early voting.
November
But
6th.
thank you, November 6th.
Yeah,
We
thank
have
you.
a reference that just corrected November 6th. But you'll be hearing a lot about November 6th on any of your radios, televisions, whatever you do.
So wait, if we wanted to vote early, we could probably just either call, maybe City Hall would know like where to go, because it is at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church. That's right on McCarthy Road there that you can early vote, because you used to be able to do it in City Hall.
Yes, but you cannot any longer.
And so
At least you couldn't last election. So
no, I don't think you can
okay.
anymore. No, because that's nice for people to be able to pick a day where it's not raining or.
Well,
whatever.
it is. And I just read somewhere that the registration for voting in Cook County has just doubled in the past year. So people are registering, they're getting in and they're registering. Now the next step, of course, is to get yourself out and vote and do your research. Find out what it is that who they stand for. You can watch debates. There's no reason why we don't aware of what's on the ballot issues. The judges, that's a tough one. The tough one, but there are different websites that you can go on, and we'll talk about that closer to the election, what websites will be good for you to use. That will give you different ratings on the judges. That's an important post, especially if you've ever been in court, you know just how important a judge is in any type of a trial situation. But it's coming up. There's no reason not to. I'm going to give them, I'm active in the League of Women Voters, and I want to give them a little bit of a plug. We have on next Saturday, I have so much information in front of me that I can't find what I'm after, but on the Saturday, what's your vote? I'm sorry, right in front of me. Everything you need to know to vote is Saturday, October 13th at the library at 9:30 a.m. And basically it says, are you registered? Do you know where to vote? Do you know who your candidates are? Are you aware of all ballot issues? Got a clue on which judges to retain? Then you need to come to this meeting. There'll be all sorts of that information available. You can ask questions and find out more about things that you should know and how you can handle your voting.
And this is provided by the League of Women
This
Voters.
is League of Women Voters meeting, and it's at 9:30 it starts. Actually, the meeting starts at 10 o'clock, and that's at our local library here. And you're welcome to come. It's right in the main room in the library, and just come in and find out some really good things about this very, very important event. We're inundated with all this nonsense, all this stuff that goes on politically on a national level, and I mean, it's so much more serious than that. They have such control over what we do with the laws that they pass and their actions. You need to pay attention. You know, when someone gets on there and rattles, and you turn the station and put something else on. Pay attention. Do your own research. There's lots and lots of ways to get good information, and it's important. It's your duty as a citizen. Let's not complain, guys, if we aren't expressing ourselves, making yourselves known. Attend some of these rallies, attend some of these candidate debates, and speak up. They're representing you, and it's very important for you to be there for them. Okay.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. And you know, after the election, people will complain, well, I don't like this person or that person. Did you vote? I mean, even if you vote and your selection of a candidate did not get in, at least you tried to make it happen. Even if it's kind of a, sometimes you know which way the vote is going to go, or you feel like it is, my candidate isn't going to win anyway. Well, that's necessarily true. They're not going to win if you don't vote. And if everybody felt that way, oh, my candidate is kind of a person who's not real popular right now, they're not going to win. Well, if we all said that, then we don't vote, then they won't win.
It's just not an answer. If you choose, you can't decide. Like the governors is the big race. It's all over television. If you can't decide who you want to vote for, who your candidate is, that's okay. Don't vote for the governor, but go in and check out the rest of the ballot and vote and cast your ballot or your vote for those people. If you can't vote for either of them, then don't. You know, but don't stay away from the polls. There's a way you can register, of course, by the machine. You can register by paper, whatever you're comfortable with. There's always someone in the voting area that will help you in voting with the machine or by paper. So there's no reason, guys, not to vote.
I think this is a good point too. Some of us think that if you don't completely fill out the ballot, your vote will be invalid because you didn't finish it. But you don't have to vote. Like you said, you don't have to vote for governor if you don't want to make that choice. But you can vote for the rest. Or you can only vote for governor if you want to.
You can do whatever you want, but vote. Get in there and find out what it's all about and take part in the process. Be a part of the process. I have a list of dates here, but that perhaps they'll put up on the channel, on Channel 4, of October 9th is the last day of standard registration. There's different dates. I won't bore you with them verbally, but maybe we can post them and take a look and see, to be mindful of the dates in which you can do different things. But just do that. And if get your kids registered, usually if they're in high school, they're being approached by people from the league to register them during the cafeteria time. Get your mom and dad, get whatever. It's just important to be registered, but on a current registration. Make sure that the time where they're living, or the place that they're living, is where they're living at the time they're going to vote. You know, so that's important because they'll check your registration.
Right. You don't want to get there and not be able to
there's
vote.
so much to say about it, and I don't want to bore because it interests me because this is of interest to me because I know how important it is to have representatives that you have faith in and confidence in, and that will be open to you calling them. And there's no reason why you cannot call or contact. Don't be put off because they're an elected official. They're elected official because you've elected them. So be sure and contact them. They all have websites. They all have phone numbers. They have offices here or down in Springfield or Washington, wherever, whatever candidate you're trying to reach. Believe me, they want to hear from you. And believe me, your phone call makes a big difference to them.
That's good to know. So give them a call if you're wondering, about some particular issue or whatever. That's a great thing to do, is to call them.
Let's hope.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. That's really good. And yes, have pride in voting. We have a country we can all vote. Let's do it. And you know what? One more thing about voting. At the end, when they say, and the percentage of people that voted, and on some elections, it's so incredibly low, the percent. You're like, really? Like 75% of the people of the country cannot go vote? That is disappointing.
Well, it's interesting. We had something very interesting here in the last election. We registered voters at Shepherd High School, and they were so funny. Normally when we go in the spring, we go in the fall, we'll have maybe 10 to 12 kids that have turned 18 or ready to be registered. The last time we were in the spring, we had 80. We had 80 young people from the high school registered to vote, and we were dying laughing because on our local ballot it was, would you allow marijuana? It was a marijuana vote.
That got them.
They were lined up. They were going past the cafeteria hours. It was just so. If there's an issue on there, believe me, people that are in favor of that issue are going to be out. So if you're not in favor of this particular issue, then get out and vote. You have to speak up for yourself. You're a citizen. You've earned the right. So take advantage of it.
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, now back to our wonderful city. Park area. I just want to talk a little bit about our parks because you may notice that a lot of them have been upgraded or will be upgraded. Now, how does that happen? Well, the city applies for it's OSLAD. That means Open Space Land Acquisition and Development. So that is a grant, and by our city going after these grants, it makes it possible for us to refurbish our parks, update them. A lot of the equipment there is either outdated or maybe it's not meet the safety requirements that it did when it was first put in. And so the city is going out to do that. Now, the one they're really working on right now is Palmer Park. You've probably seen Palmer Park. It's over there by the fire station, right by the art garden, and not too far from it. And what they've done there is they're doing the tennis courts.
There were 2 tennis courts there, and now they've wiped that all out. But and tell us what the good things are coming.
So pickleball, which is very, very popular right now. So I actually looked up pickleball because that just sounds so silly to me.
I play pickleball.
Well, I looked at 3 videos of people playing pickleball. Here is what I learned. The gentleman who created pickleball did it in like the 60s or 70s, way back. And he did it because he wanted to play with his kids. And so it's a combination of tennis, badminton, and ping pong. And it uses a racket, sort of like a giant ping pong paddle, and wiffle balls. There's a little space called the kitchen. You can't go in there. Stay out of the kitchen. And
I like that part. Carry that over to my everyday living.
Yeah, no kitchens for you. And
if you're mocking pickleball, I have to stop you now because I play pickleball.
I am
Wait a
not
minute.
mocking it because it turns out where this is a great sport for young people, middle-aged, older people. Everybody loves it. There's tons of tournaments that you can be involved in. Our city has pickleball, I don't know, a time or two a week over at the rec building.
You can play almost every day now. Pickleball has become so popular. I was 40 years a tennis player. This was a natural swing to pickleball. It's just fantastic. It's so fun because anybody that can hold a racket in their hand and can move their legs can play.
Yes.
Because there's so many different levels. There's easy, let me hit it nicely to you, maybe hit it a little harder, and then it grows and grows and grows until you play someone that's smashing it at you. But it's a wiffle ball.
Yeah.
So it stings. You're not going to get badly hurt.
Right.
By
you don't have a tennis ball flying at your face.
But it's fantastic. And where you're talking about is that there are going to be 2 tennis courts and 2 pickleball courts in 2 different locations. Am I getting ahead of you? I'm sorry.
I have that this project at Palmer Park, I thought it was 1 tennis court and 2 pickleball courts. But whatever. Your tennis won't go away. For you people who love tennis and don't want to do pickleball, there's both opportunities available. And since pickleball is so popular, it's great that now we have places that they're getting an outdoor facility because it's been being played, in the rec building. Here's why I was thinking it was funny, and I started to laugh, Carol, because I don't understand, and now I do, why it's called pickleball. That sounded silly to me. Well, it turns out, according to what I read, that the gentleman who invented the thing, their dog kept running off with the ball, and the dog's name was Pickles. And so that is why it is called pickleball. So now that made sense to me.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. But yes, I don't know how true that is. It's a myth. I read the same thing.
Urban legend.
It's exactly right, but it doesn't matter. That's what it's called.
It doesn't matter. No. But I watched these people, several videos. I think it could be more complicated or less complicated. It was one was at a gorgeous campground. It was surrounded by pine trees. It was so beautiful. And she was just giving a lesson to people, encouraging them that anybody can play this. So it's a game that, like you said, if you can move your legs around a little bit, you can definitely play this game, which makes it really great for everybody. Really,
and it's very
to
inexpensive. It's paddles and a wiffle ball and a net.
Yeah.
So you can really play any.
Well, that's the thing too. The net is a little shorter than
lower
than
a tennis. Right.
So that makes it a little bit easier to get the ball over it.
You can play singles, you can play doubles. It's just a very, very easy sport to learn, and you can play it as difficult people as you want or whatever. They have tons of tournaments. Our own park recreation was really, really smart. They started it and it has grown immensely at our own park recreation inside. And that's, I think, what encouraged them to go outside and put the ability to play outside.
Yeah.
It's a great sport. Come and we'll play.
I will.
You and I, okay.
I will. It looks
we'll
like
bring a camera, we'll bring a Channel 4 camera, we'll get Sue at a racket.
Okay. Sounds dangerous. So that is going to be there. But actually, when they do start the whole refurbishing of Palmer Park, it's going to have a lot of really great stuff there. And one of the things that it's going to have, if the grant goes through or they got the grant, is it's called a loop trail. So all around the park, and if you're aware of Palmer Park, it's a pretty good sized park.
Yes, it is.
So it's nice to have a track that you can go outside and get your miles in or whatever. I mean, you can do that at the rec building, and that's if you're a Palos Heights resident, that's free of charge. You can just go up there and walk.
That's inside, upstairs.
That is inside,
yes.
Which is really great.
It is. It's very
the Midwest.
Nice.
It's cold.
You can look down and
it's
watch the pickleball being played.
You do, and I have. Okay. I was like, what are they doing down there? So there's going to be a loop trail there, hopefully, with benches along that, and a practice soccer field, a practice ball field.
Oh, neat.
A pollinator garden. We're all about the monarchs and trying to get the bees and the bugs all happy with, wildflowers and so forth. And a little bit more parking, some shade, and then a playground area. Oh, and bocce courts. which is...
Oh, you're kidding.
No, I mean...
This is at Palmer Park?
All of this,
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so I mean, this is a wonderful thing that we're going to be getting. It is a little while in coming. It's 2020, but that goes pretty fast.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you can play tennis or pickleball.
Tell me again, they're going to put, what, one tennis court or one pickleball?
I thought it was
Park?
2 pickleballs
I don't know.
and
my
one tennis.
information is old. Okay.
Yeah, okay, so here is, I'm sorry, I'm showing Carol this, but it is, these 2 are the pickleball courts.
Okay.
Here's your tennis court.
Got it.
Here
Okay.
is a whole basketball court.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. That's really good information,
Yeah.
something to look forward to. That's
It
terrific.
really
Thank
is.
you.
And you know, I give, you know, all the people, our city administrator, our park district administrator, all of them, tons of credit, the mayor and everybody, because our parks we have a lot of them, and they also have worked very hard at refurbishing them. I mean, look at Community Park now. We've got this great pavilion there and a newer playground area, and I think they just redid the tennis courts over there in the Community Park area. So, you know, they really are making it really nice for the city. And I have noticed over the years, since I've been here, you know, forever too, that, you know, people come and go, just like as your children grow up, sometimes you move to a townhouse and then you move somewhere else. So the neighborhoods are becoming more and more filled with children because they want to be in the houses. The children need parks. People need parks. I mean, you think about some of the states like Colorado or California who get big accolades for all their outdoor activities that they can do. Well, they have the weather to do that.
Yes.
So as soon as it's spring or summer, fall, all we Midwesterners are like running out in the streets because we're so happy we've got the weather to do something. So now we have places to go to do things.
Well, really do it. And even the one over near the City Hall, right, where we are today, the City Hall, the park, they took those tennis courts down that were behind the police station.
Yes.
Okay, and there's also going to put a pickleball court.
Oh, there is one there too.
It's now, my information is verbal and it's probably a little dated, but I was told they're going to put a tennis court up and 2 pickleball courts up here behind the police station.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But this is a beautiful place. We have our pool. We have the tennis courts. We're going to have pickleball. We have the police station right there to guard us. We have the gazebo. I mean, it's a dynamite. It's a diamond within our city.
Frolfing or whatever it's called.
I don't know what that is.
That's where you take your frisbee and you get it through the nets. I see people doing that all the time.
And I have no idea how they do it.
Several times by the frolfers. Yes, for some reason I'm in the way. But yeah, there's that too. So we're really blessed.
Well, I'm very impressed.
That is very good.
The Recreation Department does a super job.
They really do.
Yes,
I
they
mean,
do.
we are really
Yes,
so
do.
lucky that we have. That's very important to the city. The other thing I want to talk about is, you know, as you go through the city and you see these sculptures here and there, and that is because of our public arts committee who got all these sculptures. There is a little like pocket brochure that you can get in City Hall, and it opens up, tells you what the mission is, and a few things, a few pictures of the various sculptures, and then you open this up this way and it tells you what the sculptures are and where they are. So you can take
That's
yourself on a little tour of these sculptures. It is wonderful that we have all this wonderful artwork in
Is this brochure
the town.
available, Sue?
It is right in City Hall.
In City Hall? Okay,
Yeah.
that's a nice thing.
It's right there. So, and then there's a very simplified map right here,
Right.
and then it tells you which sculptures are there. So you have ones that maybe you've easily seen. For example, the Treasures of Palos Heights, it's right over by the municipal parking lot, and through Amanda's Eyes, that's right by the fire station, right across from the fire station there. There's the Sporting Life in Palos Heights. You may have seen that too because it's right at the pool parking lot. That's a huge mural. It's beautiful. And then there's ones like Geese in Flight, Flocks of Birds, Compressed Smokestack, Tilted Form, Spinner, Bicycle Rider. These are everywhere from in the community parks to the rec building where the stacked stars are, over to Lake Catherine where I think they've got Eagle, Kissing Fish, Flocks of Birds. Though I think the Flock of Birds, I thought that was over by the, maybe it's Flock of Geese, right outside the City Hall. Yeah, Geese in Flight, it's by City Hall. So Flock of Birds is on Lake Catherine Drive. But in the art garden, now I would think maybe you've seen the art garden. It's right across from the fire station.
Heading west. Going west.
Going west, yes, thank you. And so that you probably have seen that. Now, what is there has been there for a while, but it's all really pretty there. And so the sign, Art Garden, there's a sign you walk in, and that was designed by Maria DiCaprio Sunta. And that is a beautiful sign. You can go in there, and there are benches. There's a little pathway. And there you can find the Butterfly Girl. That was Gregory Johnson's work. And he grew up sculpting. He grew up in Palos. He's now in Georgia. And he does big and small wildlife. And his pieces are found all over. So that is the Butterfly Girl. And then we have peace cranes. And I just love peace cranes because it's kind of a movable kind of sculpture. And that piece was designed by Linda Fringo, who was or still is an art teacher at Palos East. It's been at the park for a while, so I'm not sure what Linda's status is right now. But her inspiration came from a trip to Japan with a group of art teachers. And the pair of cranes kind of moves around. It's kind of a fluid kind of piece. It's really pretty. And the purple coneflowers there, that was someone who grew up in nearby Tinley Park, an artist, and that you can see is very beautiful, very purple. It's very obviously there. And then also the wavy column, which the Orland Palos Rotary Club donated, and John Searles, who is from Michigan, works with welded pieces like that. So all those pieces are there. But the art garden, you can just kind of sit there and look at the sculptures and have a minute. So if you do this tour, you can get to the art garden and kind of just sit there, and just enjoy for a while.
That'd be a good tour for a club to take on.
It really
yes,
would.
Like the league. In fact, we did it. We got someone from the Palos Fine Arts to ride the bus with us, and we had like the minivan, and we went from place to place to place, and she explained it. So it was a nice. It was a nice tour, and you can contact Palos Fine Arts. Maybe they'll supply you with someone to go with you. It's a good program.
It would be, and then you'd learn a little bit more about what those sculptures are, what do they mean, and so on.
And some of them have to be explained.
Well, they do. Like,
I know, yeah, they
like
do.
The nut. I was picturing. I said, "Oh, there's one called the nut," and I'm thinking, "Oh, it's at Lake Catherine." I'm picturing an acorn. No, it's an actual nut, like a nuts and bolts kind of thing. So that's interesting. It's over there. But there's a lot of really interesting pieces, and I don't know of a lot of communities that have a garden meant for art or art scattered throughout this city.
It's a nice compliment.
We really have that going for us too.
I have to tell you one funny story, and I probably shouldn't, about the butterfly. I'm so impressed by the art garden, and by talking to our local gardener, Ed Dombrowski, who does a lot of work for the city. And he does some for our house, for our townhouse. And he suggested I put a butterfly bush in the back because they had to take 2 trees that were dead down in the back. And I said, oh, that would be fine. But so it's out there. So that was maybe in spring. And now all of a sudden these butterflies literally are coming and flying around the butterfly bush. And there's 2 especially that I don't know. I have to pick up an encyclopedia or whatever and look about the gestation of the caterpillar and butterfly, because I don't know. I don't remember it. Must have known it. You were a school teacher. Must have known it at sometime.
I'm sure I did.
Yeah, I'm sure, me too. But anyway, so I had the hose out and I was watering the bottom of the butterfly bush, and someone called me and I turned like this and I shot with the hose one of the butterflies, and he just fell to the ground. And I thought, oh my God, it was as if I had killed somebody that I loved dearly. I was stunned. No. I was just stunned, and I went and told my husband. I said, oh my God, I killed the butterfly. And it was just so ridiculous. I kept going out and looking at it, and it would maybe move a little wing, and then I would go back maybe an hour or so, and it was gone. So I presume that it got his wings back. So there's a happy ending to my story. But I cannot tell you how guilty. If I had shot one of my kids, I would have felt, well, maybe.
a little worse, but not.
Right.
Well, see,
that's my butterfly story.
Well, and butterflies are in the rain, so they get wet, so it's okay. Carol.
Well, see, I didn't think of that part. Not hose wet.
Yeah, that's true. Not a
I kept apologizing to it. It was there fluttering its wings.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah, I know. Get up.
Please.
Get up and fly.
I can't tell anybody. Before we go, Carol, I want to talk about one more item, because this is coming up and people really look forward to that, and that is the e-waste drop-off day. And for those of us who have a lot of stuff at home and you don't know what to do with it, you can't just throw it out. It is on Saturday, October 20th, from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. in the parking lot just west of the police station on College Drive. It is for Palos Heights residents only, and a photo ID is required. So it's just for our city, and you can get, bring your stuff there. What kind of stuff? I'm going to tell you, because they're particular about what they'll take. Desktop computers, laptops, hard drives, routers, mainframes, telephones, which would be cellular, wireless, cordless, and switching equipment. Video display devices, monitors, which are CRT, LCD, and plasma. TVs, which are CRT, LCD, plasma, and rear projection. Tablets, computer terminals, oscilloscopes, I don't know what that is. And low-grade electronics, computer keyboards and mice, printers and scanners and fax machines, drives, CD-ROM, computer disks, personal digital assistants, cable boxes, CB radios, GPS devices, local area LAN communication devices, office phones, amplifiers and audio equipment, cameras, countertop kitchen appliances, power tools, gaming equipment, and alarm systems. These are the items, and that's it, that will be accepted. So you can bring those things in. I think, like we have some accumulated things involving the desktop computer and keyboards and stuff that you just don't know what to do with. So this is a great opportunity for you to kind of
and where is it going to be?
Clear out. It's right at the police station parking lot west of the police station on College Drive. October 20th, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Palos Heights residents only. So you want to put that date in and find out about it, because that way you can get rid of your stuff in a good fashion, like not
not throw it in the garbage.
Not throw it in the garbage, hide it in a bag. No, this is at least appropriate place to have it. Well, that is it.
Does that conclude?
For
my goodness, that was fun.
That is fun. I hope you enjoyed learning some of the stuff. It was fun to find out about some of this stuff.
If you have any suggestions, I have notice here. Any that you'd like to see soon I deal with or not deal with, whatever the case may be, really. The telephone number you can call is 708-480-3013. So 708-480-3013, or you can email phtvchannel4@gmail.com. So that's phtvchannel4@gmail.com. Channel 4, and let us know if you enjoyed the program, if you didn't enjoy the program, what subjects you'd like to see us deal with or talk about or find out for you. Maybe you have a question and you'd like us to find out the answer for you, and we'll certainly try.
Okay.
It was fun working with you. I look forward to the next time we meet.
Carol, I usually see you on TV.
Excuse me. I see.
I don't get to be with you. So this has really been fun. And we appreciate your viewership. Thanks for watching us.
Absolutely. Always. Thank you for watching us, Palos Heights Community Channel 4.
Bye for now.